So I'm now ready to knit my next seeding pattern. I've already done one band here at the bottom of the hat, and I'm now coming to the second one. And I just want to show you ways of holding your yarns. With fair isle patterns, you will always work with just 2 yarns on every row, and you need to think of whether you want the colour to pop out or whether you want it to be in the background. So depending on the dominance of the yarn, it makes quite a big difference to which way you hold your yarn. So looking at this section, because this is just equal, because we're going between the 2 shades, it doesn't matter too much. But anyway, I'm going to still show you how it works. So in this one, I'm going to use the lighter colour as because that's my main colour in the pattern, as my background colour. And then my dominant colour, or my foreground colour, is the dark colour, and I'm going to hold that below. So you're keeping them to 2 separate yarns. So I'll just knit across. So the next one I've got to do is a dark one, and now the next one is a light. And what I'm doing each time is knitting, and I'm just going to bring that up to show you, and then I go to the lower yarn and knit 1 stitch, and then pick up the higher yarn. So all the time I'm alternating, I'm keeping the 2 yarns separate. That way they won't get tangled up. So if you're looking from the back, they will be very even the way that they're working. So that's one way, and that's absolutely fine. You could knit the whole hat in that way of just keeping them separate, of thinking the 1 yarn at the top and the dominant colour below. But there are other methods to do it, and there's lots of different techniques. I'm going to show you 2 now that I would use. The one I like to use most is where I hold both the yarns in my right hand. I knit in an English technique, and for the English technique I'm throwing my yarns always from my right to my left as I take up each stitch. So I'll show you how I'm doing that. So over the first finger, my index finger, I put my background colour, and then over my middle finger I put my dominant colour. So I've got the 2 yarns over 2 different fingers. So then when I need to knit the next stitch, I can see this is one of my lighter colours. I knit with the index finger, then I alternate, and then I go to the middle finger, and then first finger, middle finger. So it takes a little bit of practice, but once you've got it set, it's a very quick and easy way of alternating between your colours. So first finger, whoops, I caught them both there. First finger, and then middle finger. So that's one way of doing it, where I was holding both of them in one hand. Another way is to use the continental and English method. So for continental knitting, you take the yarn to the other side and you take it to the left side, and I'm going to take my dominant colour over to the left hand, and I'm keeping my other colour, background colour, in my right hand. So I've got 1 on each side. With English knitting, you are always throwing the yarn across, and with continental knitting you are picking it. So for now I'm going to pick up that next stitch from that side, and again from the right side, and then pick up from the left side. So again, this needs, I'll just feed my stitches across, this needs a bit of practice, but again you will find when you're doing it you are not getting tangled up at the back, and your stitches remain separate. So that's using English and continental at the same time. So there are lots of different methods to do, and in the end it just takes a little bit of practice to find which one works best for you.